YouTube, what up, though? It's your boy Fritzy, man. And today, this video is not the type of video that I normally like to make. Y'all know that. This is a pack opening YouTube channel. It's a pack opening stream. We do the same thing day in, day out. Show you guys the pack odds. And we've gotten to a point right now where we can't do that anymore. There is no pack odds. There's nothing good in the packs. It's once in a blue moon that you're hitting something. And I kind of want to go through today this whole pack strike issue and how it started and my level of involvement, or my commitment to my level of involvement going forward. So I want to start with this and pull up a graphic from a fellow content creator that I think is super important because, you know, from my vantage point, this was the guy who led the charge. Our guy Xerxes put out this tweet. And it says, retweet for awareness. Myself and other creators in the community have decided to go on a pack strike. With the massive issues going on in Madden 23, we need changes. Don't buy points. Here are the things we want to see change. Join us and help us make this happen. I obviously responded right underneath it and said, imagine not tagging me. Okay, let's ride, baby. Now, I'm going to say that while I also say this. When it comes to Madden, I open arguably more packs than anybody else as a whole, but I would find it very tough to believe that anybody opens more paid packs than I do in Madden every year. I'm not going to get into dollar values. I have tweeted it out before, but I can just say it's very significant. It's very significant. And I'm okay with doing that to provide the content to people so they understand what the risk reward is on buying certain things, right? I've been doing this now for about a year and a half. I think actually just hit a year and a half. And I take a lot of pride in being able to give people those odds and kind of take the bullet for myself. And thankfully, I've been successful within the sphere enough to be able to fund that situation, you know, via my content, okay? Now, with that being said, I am not in the microtransaction business. I do not support, promote, suggest to anybody that they do what I do or buy what I buy or buy anything for that matter. This is a luxury item, okay? This is not something that we don't eat dinner for. This is not something that we spend our money on aimlessly. This is something that should be carefully calculated as if it fits your budget. And if it does fit your budget, what are you not having as a result of this? Now, for me, I'm able to do that, okay? And I'm able to provide this content, and I'm grateful for that opportunity. I'm grateful to be able to sit in front of you guys on a daily basis and show you guys these odds. And I know it stopped a lot of people from buying packs, and in circumstances, I'm sure it's caused people to buy packs. And there is times where I say, hey, if you were ever going to buy a bundle, this is the bundle to buy. Pack Strike is different, man. I have opened up a lot this year. You know, I've opened up a lot this year. And, you know, not that I think that odds should be guaranteed in any way, shape, or form, but I don't think that I should be opening program bundles and not able to build a single set card. I should not spend $100 of my money to not even get one of the top cards that just came out. Mind you, there is 5 of them. Let's use the AKA promo as an example in this particular situation. We got 5 new cards, right? Quite a few of us wanted to add some or all of these cards, you know, depending on what your team is constructed as, right? Mine is a Legends team. Wanted to add 4 of those cards. So conveniently, I looked and realized that there was 7 available bundles. Now, right off the bat, that made me question, why would I need 7 bundles, right? These limits have gone higher and higher year after year. I remember when on the Legends weekend drops, there was 3 available bundles. And I believe truly that the math at that time was this should be able to make you one of each card and then an extra one without gouging, without it looking bad, without it looking unacceptable. And now you're telling me there's 7 AKA bundles available at $100 a pop. So when I started looking into what I was pulling from this packs, it became very clear to me that if I wanted to make all of these AKA players, I was going to need at least 7 bundles to do that. Now, obviously, could I technically pull one in that mix? Sure. They might even have the algorithm set so that I do pull one if I go all 7 bundles. I don't know the answer to that, and I'm not going to speculate on what the answer is. But I do know that if I spend $100 on any game, I should be able to guarantee myself one of the good cards, okay? Or at least I believe that to be the case. If you disagree, that's respectable, okay? I'm not mad at you. Don't participate in Pack Strike. Keep throwing your money in the grinder and see what you get out of it, you know? More power to you. But for me, as somebody I know that the community knows, even when other people are saying they're not going to open packs, there's not value on it. In my channel, specifically on Twitch, I always make a mention about the fact that that's not how we do things around here, bro. Imagine spending or selling an 80 for 8,000 coins, an 82 for 8,000 coins. I quick sell all this stuff, right? Because I plan on doing rolls. I plan on continuing to produce the content to show you guys the odds. I'm at the point right now that if I do that, okay, I'm literally getting no value at all whatsoever out of my packs. It's once in a blue moon I'm pulling something good. And when I say blue moon, I mean borderline never. Every LTD that I pulled this year has been in a reroll. Most of those rerolls I've gotten destroyed on. Now, to be fair, I don't expect to win on the rerolls often, okay? I literally do the rerolls to show you guys what the value or potential value is in there. So hypothetical. We got 100,000 training that we roll, okay? I want you to see that in any specific 15K increment, the roll might look great. But in the next 15K, it looks terrible. And then in the next 15K, it looks mid. And now we've seen that entire spectrum because we're rolling enough training to get ourselves a good outlook. And we're not backing out. We're not doing any of that. We're constantly just hitting the button, right? Showing what it looks like. And I've done this on stream for 3 hours straight before. My chat can vouch for me. I've done it on stream. I did 500,000 training when Headliners came out straight. Okay, and you guys know what training was costing at that particular time. I don't say these things because I haven't done them. I say them because I know that this is a fact. I know that pack odds are down this year. I know that they are specifically not being honest with us, or at least that is my belief based on what I see. Now, here's some things that I want to avoid seeing the community do. I don't mind that you have to make money off of me. You're a business. EA is a business. And if you guys think paying $70 for a game equals the amount of time and effort that it costs them to build these promos, roll them out, troubleshoot them, all the things that go into it, all the challenges, all the programming, all this reward, everything. I understand. Most of those things haven't worked well this year. I do. But it wasn't because nobody tried. It's just because they got something wrong, okay? And there's a big difference between those two things. With that being said, I expect there to be monetary gain if I am going to engage with this content, and otherwise to be somewhat restricted on what it is that I'm able to get if I'm not going to put my money in. This is just common economics, right? This is basic business stuff. Where I have an issue is when I believe that some of this stuff is now foreseeable, if you may. For instance, AKA promo comes out. Everybody's expecting a roll, right? They had to have learned from last year with Bone Nose. It's obvious, right? They know that they need a roll. They don't drop a roll. And one would think, why wouldn't they do that? Well, if they don't drop a roll, okay, now you have to buy bundles in order to achieve the cards that you're looking to get. Either that or spend your coins. Either way, EA knows you're going to either need more coins or more bundles, okay? The best way to get coins, if you don't have the time to snipe and sell and do all the other things that a lot of no money spent guys are able to do. Shout out Up and Adam, shout out Buffalo K, right? These guys have a way where if you're willing to grind and put the time in, you can make your coins. No issues with that whatsoever. But a lot of people don't have that time. So they're forced now to buy the bundles. Fair enough, okay? That's fine. But then don't drop me a roll a week later. Or show a level of transparency and say, hey guys, if you want the top AKA cards, for the first week, these cards will be available by bundle opening only. in a couple of weeks, we'll plan on doing a reroll to make these cards more accessible to the masses of the community. That does a couple of things. A, it shows that you're being transparent about what it is that's going on, that you're acknowledging the fact that you are trying to sell bundles, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're upfront and honest about the things that you're doing, then it's not a shady business practice, right? If I sell a guy a blue car, and the car indeed is blue, and it's the model and make that I said it was going to be, then it's a fair sale. Whether or not he thinks that it was worth it or not is a judgment call that he could have made prior to purchasing the car. The problem is if I tell him that he's got a blue car showing up and now suddenly the car is white, right? And none of the features are the same on the inside and so on and so forth. And now I'm trying to sell him on that thing. That's bad business. That's bad protocols. So putting in a reroll after the fact or putting in power-ups last year after, we recognize that nobody can get their hands on the power-ups that half the community just spent $700K on, and now they're worth 3,000 coins. Okay? Well, here you go. Now everybody can just have it for free. At some point, you have to look at the situation and think, if I can see it coming, how can't they? And that's when you can safely assume that there's something behind that. Right? When I'm able to tell this is what's going to happen before it happens, then there's no longer a mistake, right? You've no longer fooled me into thinking that you've just, oopsies, we forgot to do that. Now today on Good Morning Madden, they made it pretty clear that that was indeed not the case, right? No, we didn't plan on adding rerolls. And in fact, we're not going to put rerolls in Gridiron Guardians either. Okay, fair enough. At least you told us this time that you're not going to put rerolls in Gridiron Guardians. I have nothing to say about that. You told us it wasn't going to happen. What I do have to say is I'm not going to buy the packs because you haven't mentioned anything about changing your odds. And the odds lead to me spending $100 on something that I can't even get 400,000 or 500,000 coins in value on half the time. So I want to make sure that when we're arguing about this, that it's not about you shouldn't have to spend money. That is not an intelligent argument. And you guys need to understand that that is not an intelligent argument. That makes no sense. They're a business. Their job is to cultivate products that are good enough for you to buy. If you choose to buy them, that's nobody's fault but yourself. What I am going to do is advocate that people don't buy them. Because I am saying I have tried the product, I have tested the product, and it's dog water. And it's not gotten any better. And I've given it numerous programs in a row to try to hope and pray that it does get better, and it has not. So for me, I am going to continue down the road and continue to hold up this pack strike as long as it takes. If I have to just play the game and do those things and get into the sniping side of things with what time that I do have, then I'll do that. But I am not going to put money in their pockets, and I'm not going to advertise it on my channel, and I'm not going to open packs in front of you guys as you're abstaining from packs and tell you guys not to do what I'm doing like I normally would. I'm going to lead from the front, and I am going to put myself out there and make sure that people know that my money, the amount that I spend, will not be spent, not a dollar more, until something changes on this. And I feel very passionately about that, man. The same way that I feel very passionate about people not pocket checking each other or judging somebody if they have a God Squad or saying, hey, why do you buy so many packs? You're the problem with this game. Up until now, buying packs always gave you a chance of hitting things. I know this. I pulled 1,142 LTDs last year. Over 500 of those LTDs came from Get a Gold packs, Pro Fantasy packs, and bundles. Okay, that's a lot. That is a lot, man. One by one, think about those LTDs hitting in front of your face. That's a lot of LTDs. They were not the same last year. Packs were not the same last year. It is bad. It is unacceptable. And that's why I'm taking a stand for myself and for everybody else involved. So I'll continue to take this stand until there is some sort of word about some sort of changes. And I hope that y'all will stand with me. Shout out to my man Zerk, the actual CC, ScoMo, and Gutfox specifically. Also Mortality with a huge Twitter presence. pushing that stuff out. We got it trending to number 6 in the world yesterday. Hashtag Pack Strike. I hope that everybody can stay on board and hang tight and understand that if nobody has the new cards, then better off we all are, right? And we'll make the change happen. Join us, man. Pack Strike. Madden 2022. Let's get something done. Let's get something changed. I appreciate y'all watching the video. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. We'll see you again tomorrow.